It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. And of course, you are just in time as we around for round 2 of the Culinary Hotline. Ting, ting, ting. Did I say that wrong?
It's okay. It's fine. You're new here and you can change whatever you like, and then we just have to do it from now on.
Okay, how does it go?
Culinary Hotline, bling, ting, ting, ting. But you can do what you want. You can do what you want. It's fine.
2021.
It's a new year.
It's a new year indeed. Well, this is exactly how the Culinary Hotline bling, ting, ting, ting works. Chef Clem is here to solve all of your culinary conundrums. So if you have any questions, why don't you head on over to the Expresso Facebook page, pop your question there, and he will answer them for you. Now, Chef Clem, I have a very interesting question that came through from Safiso that says on Facebook, he asks, "Good morning, Chef. Can I please have a simple mac and cheese recipe?" Oh.
And I like this one. I like all these questions. Okay, so the thing about mac and cheese is it's simple, but you have to make a roux. And once you have to make the roux, then you make the bechamel. You make the bechamel and you make the cheese sauce. And then you got to cook your pasta, right? It's sounding like a bit much. So I've got this amazing recipe. It's actually for queso sauce.
Queso sauce.
Which is just Spanish for cheese.
Cheese sauce, okay.
So, but what's amazing about this is they use it on nachos, and it's amazing. It's so good, and it makes a delicious mac and cheese. So I've got 2 types of cheese: mature cheddar, cheddar, normal cheddar.
Normal cheddar and mature cheddar.
Yeah, because I like the sharpness of the mature cheddar, and then the normal cheddar still gives you a little bit of that creaminess without that like strong punch.
Okay.
Then the trick: corn flour. Okay.
How much corn flour?
Corn flour and a little bit. So you're going to mix that through, and I've got some milk that's just coming to a simmer, and you really do want to massage the corn flour and the cheese together. You're going to coat the cheese in the corn flour, and when you coat it really well, you won't get lumps.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than having a cheese sauce with lumps in it.
Look, you can't save it. You can chuck it into a food blender and blend it, but then again, that's just extra work, and we're not doing that.
Extra dishes, we don't want that.
No, we do not do that. That's my 2021 resolution. No dishes.
No dishes, okay.
No, I'm just joking.
That's not possible.
No, it's not possible. Not possible. Okay, milk, add the cheese, and the good thing about this, it takes about 3 minutes. So hopefully by the time that we're done chatting, we'll have a delicious cheese sauce.
So when you make a basic roux sauce, usually it's your milk, you add some flour and butter.
So the roux starts off with your fat. In our case, we use butter, and then the flour, and then we toast the flour in the butter, and then we add the milk.
Yes.
Yeah, but you see, that's like...
Is that too complicated?
It's 2021. We're just starting off easy. So yes, we're going to do that a little later, but this is a much better, quicker way of doing it. And you're still going to get all that flavor in there. Ooh, big thing. Whenever I make a cheese sauce or white sauce, all day, bay leaf goes in there.
Bay leaf.
It just adds so much flavor to it. That's going to come to a simmer, and then literally I can already see this cheese is melting. So we can take the next question, and I will be ready with our sauce.
Well, let's jump straight into it. Another question that came off Facebook was from Speshisle that says, "I'd like to know how to bake the best pies with a genuine taste. Getting a recipe will be more helpful." Ooh.
Okay. And again, I'm going to give you a bit of a hack. So the thing about a pie is a very good filling and a very good pastry.
Okay.
If you get either of those wrong, nah.
Can I tell you what my mom used to do for
Please
me
do.
when I was a student? She would make all the pie filling and freeze them for me, and all I had to do was defrost it and put the pastry on top, and boom, I had mom's pie at home.
You got a smart mom.
Look at that.
No, that's a great solution.
So how are we going to make this yummy pie? Which one did you have in mind?
Maybe you can make it for me.
Okay.
Okay, I've got some leftover rotisserie chicken, and rotisserie chicken is like one of the most underutilized, I feel like, it's not an ingredient, but you know what I mean. So, rotisserie chicken, we just shredded all the extra meat off. We kept it a little chunky. To that, we're gonna add spring onions.
Some spring onions.
You could use red onion or normal onion, but I feel like that's a little milder, and it's not gonna be so overpowering. You wanna taste the chicken.
Okay.
Then, you can't do a chicken pie without like a few peas. So peas going in, and then you're gonna add that frozen.
A verdwaalde aardkie. Like it will just come out here and there.
Okay, so in 2021, on my list now is to learn like proper Afrikaans words, because that sounded like that
Just
pea.
like a little hidden pea here and there, verdwaalde aardkie.
Okay, cool. You're gonna give that a good mix. I'm ready for my cheese sauce, so I'm gonna stop you for a second.
Okay.
I've got some macaroni, and you can use elbow, you can use like any basic like macaroni shape that you want. And my cheese
That was
sauce,
really not long.
it's really quick. So I'm gonna pour this over. Obviously, I would mix this in a big mixing bowl and then pour it in here, but I'm just doing it now so you can see it.
So this is our basic mac and cheese. If you
Yeah.
do want to like bouge it up a little bit, you can add some bacon bits or some chicken.
Absolutely, and smoked chicken, I feel like people are gonna not be happy with me, but I feel like smoked chicken actually gives your mac and cheese a better flavor than bacon.
Okay.
There's just something about the smoke on smoked chicken that really permeates well through a macaroni and cheese. And then absolutely, you can do the traditional thing of like sliced tomato on the top if you want in the oven, but like literally, if it's 11 o'clock at night and you get a mac and cheese craving,
This is the one to
this
make.
happens. This is the one, and quick in the oven, and I've got one over here. It comes out, and it's so quick and
Do
easy.
you sprinkle cheese on top?
No, that's just the sauce.
It's just the sauce.
Yeah, and it gratinates so beautifully. You can do extra cheese on top. No one's going to tell you. Also, new rules 2021. No one's allowed to tell you how much cheese you put on anything.
Nope.
Anything. No. No garlic. That's you. No cheese. That's you. No chocolate. That's you. It's all you.
It's all you. 2021
Yeah.
is all about you. Let's quickly get
Okay.
back to this delicious pie.
So, like I said, I'm not going to make any bechamels or sauces today, and I actually bought this white sauce from Woolies, and this is such a lifesaver because it is a fresh bechamel sauce, which is a white sauce, and this is going to save me so much time. You're going to just mix that through with your chicken and your peas and the
Okay.
spring onions,
We'll
and then
do that.
I'm going to give you a little bit of salt.
Go for it.
And then what I've done is I've bought puff pastry, and I always keep puff pastry in the freezer because it's really inexpensive. And the thing is, you use it so much, especially for like things like this, or even when I make quick snacks with this sweet or savory puff pastry.
Puff pastry's there. But the secret to puff pastry, you also need to let it defrost naturally, right?
Never put it in the microwave, and don't do anything funny with it. Just take it out and let it thaw it on its own. And it's very important that you don't do that because if you try and pop it in the microwave, the butter's going to start separating.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get that puffiness that you want out of the pastry.
Okay.
Another thing is if you have time, pop the dish with the pie lid back into the fridge just for half an hour to firm it up again.
Okay.
And you're gonna like kind of firm up that butter, and then what's gonna happen is you're gonna get that nice puffy aerated pastry, which is what you want.
So I can
That goes
empty
into the
this
thing.
in here.
So we're making a pot pie, and I really like a pot pie because all you need to focus on is the lid of the pie. You don't need to worry about a soggy bottom of the pastry at the bottom not being cooked through.
And it's almost a little bit unnecessary, I find, especially we are in summer, it is hot. You don't really need that heavy pastry feeling. Whereas in winter, I love one with like a bit of a
Oh,
base.
absolutely. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. That's pretty cool. And also, it's very unforgiving. You didn't even have to be that precious about it
No.
because it's going to get a beautiful lid. So all I'm going to do is, now, the one that we've got over here, where's the one? Oh, the little tiny individual ones is really great. So you can make them, and before you put it into the oven, you can freeze it.
You can freeze it.
So you can-
so you
yeah.
can keep it for a few days.
Absolutely. Oh, you can keep it for months. Yeah.
few months.
So instead of like crimping the ends and cutting that off, I'm just going to be like extra. I'm not going to waste this extra pastry. I'm just
Oh,
going to
you've
tuck it
been
in.
fancy with it. I
You
would
know-
have just left it and then like be like a big crust.
I just like all the extra pastry, especially because we've got all the beautiful sauce on the inside.
I feel like I've got sauce on my head now.
Do you?
Can't be in the kitchen.
You're
Come
wearing
out
it.
to
Hey,
you.
bro, you get the. Okay, it's fine. Okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna make 2 little holes to allow the steam to come out, and I feel like that's also very like authentic.
And then a little egg.
Little
brush
egg brush, just make it extra glossy.
And something I do is, because sometimes I don't always have eggs at home, just a little bit of mayo.
Mayo, absolutely. Milk.
Oh, a little bit
yeah.
of milk too. And then you just pop it in the oven.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a little bit of salt because I'm feeling like a little bit, being a little fancy,
There we go. Well,
And
Chef
then-
Clem,
which would be like extra fancy.
you are being amazing, being extra fancy, showing us how to make this really easy pie in a very nice way, of course. This is the Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ting, ting, ting.
There we go. And if you have any questions with Chef Clem Pedro, make sure you head on over to the Expresso Facebook page, ask it there, because next week he will be answering those questions for you. This is amazing.